The Miami Dolphins defense has been in a bind lately, searching high and low for something, anything, that could put an end to their recent struggles. After some time looking shaky and letting opponents pile up yardage, they're finally getting a breath of relief with the return of Zach Sieler. Now, some may wonder, will this one player truly make that big of a difference? But if you've been following the Dolphins, you'd know Sieler's return might be the lifeline this team's been holding out for. With a matchup against the Los Angeles Rams on the horizon, this boost couldn't come at a more crucial moment. Now, Sieler isn't just any player returning to the lineup. Seeing him back on the practice field on Thursday, the relief was palpable. The defense has been teetering without him, looking stretched thin and vulnerable. It doesn't take a statistician to see the cracks, just look at the games over the past couple of weeks. The Dolphins have given up a whopping 389 yards to the Buffalo Bills and another 325 to the Arizona Cardinals. And if you remember, this was a team that prided itself on holding opponents well under that 300-yard mark for most of the season. The timing was uncanny. Just as Tua Tagovailoa and the offense hit their stride, the defense seemed to lose its footing, creating a chaotic imbalance that has been a thorn in Miami's side. So, could this dip in the defense really all come down to Sieler's absence? The answer's a bit murky. The Dolphins have been facing top-notch quarterbacks recently, like Kyler Murray and Josh Allen, which is a big step up in competition compared to their earlier matchups. Earlier in the season, they squared off against the likes of Mason Rudolph, Jacoby Brissett, and the rookie Anthony Richardson, players who don't exactly pack the same punch. But the timing couldn't have been worse. Just when it seemed the Dolphins had something going, a key piece of their defense was taken out of the equation. To make matters worse, Sieler wasn't the only one sidelined. Other defensive stalwarts like Kader Kovu and Jevon Holland have also missed time, leaving gaping holes in a defense that was once feared. But even so, there's no denying that Sieler's absence felt different. This wasn't just about losing a player who could plug the gaps or contain the run game. Sieler is a disruptor, someone who makes quarterbacks think twice before stepping up in the pocket. Without him, the Dolphins' pass rush softened, and quarterbacks found room to pick apart the defense. Sieler's not just a part of the machine, he's a crucial piece that amplifies the play of everyone around him. When he's off the field, the entire defensive dynamic shifts, and not for the better. Looking ahead to Sunday's game against the Rams, having Sieler back on the field could be the key to keeping Matthew Stafford in check. Stafford might not be playing the best football of his career, but he's still a threat. With reliable targets like Cooper Kupp and rookie standout Puka Nacua, he has weapons at his disposal that can make life difficult for the Dolphins if they're not at their best. Miami can't afford to give Stafford time to stand in the pocket and survey the field. They'll need every ounce of pressure up the middle, and that's exactly where Sieler comes in. His presence alone could turn the tide, disrupting Stafford's timing and taking away the comfort of the pocket. But it's not just about this week. There's a bigger question looming for Miami fans: what's the long-term outlook for this defense? With playoff hope still alive, this unit has to show it can hold strong down the stretch. Sieler's return is a good sign, but it can't just be a one-man show. His presence might ignite a spark that could get others to step up too, but consistency is what's truly needed if Miami wants to contend deep into the postseason. Sieler's injury was anything but typical, which only adds to the uncertainty he must have felt. He missed those 2 games after a strange accident during practice. According to Sieler, it was a freak incident. 1 second, he was coming off the edge. The next, something slipped under his mask and struck his eye, causing enough swelling to keep him out of action. For a guy who hasn't missed a game since joining the Dolphins off waivers from Baltimore in 2019, this was a real gut punch. As a response, he's adding a visor to his gear, a choice he admits isn't his favorite but one his wife insisted on. He's not thrilled, especially considering how visors fog up during intense games, but he'll take it if it means avoiding another freak injury. Now that he's back, there's a different energy on defense, one that's been sorely missed. He's not the type to make flashy plays, but his grit is undeniable, and it's exactly what the Dolphins need to lock things down. If Miami wants to keep their playoff dreams alive, they have to step it up defensively, and Steelers' presence could be the catalyst they've been waiting for. With him back in the trenches, the Dolphins have a real shot at tightening things up. But can it be enough to outlast Stafford and the Rams? That's the question hanging in the air, and we're all about to find out.